Hello, welcome back. Today we'll be looking at external styling. External styling actually helps us to style our HTML page just by using a single CSS file. We do this by simply creating an extra file or a new document, and then we name it stylesheet.css, or you can have any name. I've already done that already. So to link this to the stylesheet file to our HTML page, we have to use the link element, where the href here will show us or point to the source of the file. Okay, the link element will help us link the stylesheet file to our HTML, and we have to insert this link element into the head element. The head element in this case helps us to store the link as well as the style element. So let's look at how can this be applicable. And with this stylesheet.css, which is our CSS file, if any changes is made in our CSS file, we are going to get that change directly in our HTML file. So instead of us applying those style sheet inside using the internal styling as well as the inline styling, we can simply just use the external styling method to apply one change in a single file, which is going to be applicable to all our website or HTML pages. Let's look at how can this be applicable. I've just simply inserted some few HTML few text here in our HTML file, and then if I go to our style sheet file, and I put the background color to be green. Let's take green for example. We save, and then we go to our browser, and then we run that. Is seen that the color, okay, green, not greens. Right, you see that our background color of our HTML page is green. So you see whatever change I apply on this HTML CSS file, it actually applies directly to the HTML page because I have linked those two files together. Okay, let's give a color on all our H1 to be red. Let's give them a color of red. Remember, I've used star here for, in this case, to say this star here represent the body. It's the same as inserting the body and removing the star. You see, we won't have any effect. You have the same effect. Okay, let's give the H1 element. Let's give them a color. Let's give them a color of white, and then we give them a font size of about 60% or 60 pixel. Let's take pixel for now. If you save this and then we go and check it in our browser, refresh, pressing F5, you see here is our change. It font size of 60%, 60 pixel, and a color of white. Okay, sorry for that. Let's give P the paragraph. Let's also give them a color or a background color. In this case, color of white, and then we give them a color of red and a font size of about let's say 70 pixels. Let's save this and then we run it. You see, this is how our paragraphs, all our paragraphs. So once you have I've given only one P here, but in our HTML we have two paragraphs, so it's going to apply to all the paragraphs at once. Same thing if I want to add, just say for example I want to add the H2 elements, I can simply just insert that after H1. I will just give another H2, so I should apply to both H2 and H1 separated by the comma. So let's take this one and see. Voila. So separated with a comma. Okay, now we have talked about the inline styling, we have talked about the external styling, we have talked about the internal styling. So one thing you have to remember is that the property of the inline styling has the highest priority. That means if we say style here, style to be equals to, then we give it a color of, let's change the color to be red. You see that the color is going to be red, so it's going to overwrite the external styling property. Same with the internal styling. When we say internal styling, and then we give it also, let's say the H1, we give it a color of green. You see there will be no changes in the H1. There will be any changes because the inline styling is still there. Whereas if we remove the inline property, in this case for H1, and then we save, we go and run it, refresh, you see that you are not seeing the text because it is having the same color as that of the background. Let's take it to be white or red. You see the change apply. If you take it now to be orange, refresh, it applies. That means that what? The top priority, the highest priority is the inline styling, followed by the internal styling, and lastly by the external styling. Okay, I hope this video was very helpful. Please, if you like my video, just give a thumbs up and share, subscribe on my videos for more videos in future. Thank you very much, and see you in our next video.